I should.
East Ave Racing Stable.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about how that got going?
It was COVID, and we couldn't get in, and I put out the booklet each year of the different saddle towels. So not to give up, I sat out there at the back of the East Avenue starting gate just to see what new trainers were coming in. And I'd be out there in the morning watching the sunrises, and every so often some people would come by and watch about the same spot. And I've known Jeff Deet for a while and Tom Ryan for a while, and we'd start shooting the breeze there in between watching new towels come out. And it grew to every morning we ended up getting together and just shooting the breeze. Like I said before, it's better than feeding pigeons in the park. And we'd watch these horses come by and make, I don't know, a good connection with a bunch of friends with similar humor.
And he said what?
Hi, Danny. Danny Wright is another member of the crowd there. And it was where I coined the term comedy camaraderie. We'd laugh together and became friends. And then as it got going, Carolyn Karlson would walk by to feed carrots to the horse that she had up at Jeffrey Engelhardt at that time. And she saw what was growing there, I think. And then she and Jeff, who's managed horses before, got together. And next thing you know, they said, I got a horse that I've been breeding that I'd be willing to make a partnership out of if you guys want to get in. Next thing you know, 18 of us get in on this horse. And it's the East Avenue Racing Stable because that's where the gate was at. It's where we all met. And the game took off from there. We get this filly coming out. She was coming along. Certainly putting Robbie Davis in the driver's seat was a fun part. You learn so much from Robbie anyhow, just shooting the breeze. And you know that as you've seen in your other postings, the stories Robbie's got that educates you in the game. And it just, again, built it. You learn about racing through all your kind of friends here. And it just builds. And then the last day of the meet that year, the filly gets in, and you saw the celebration here for this win a couple of days ago. Well, we had about the same kind of celebration when she came in third in her first race up here in the last day of the meet, and it just grew from there. And it's just a good collection of friends that makes racing even that much more exciting. It's just a great game, and that thing Saturday in that winner's circle was the cherry on top to this whole thing that began with COVID, and here we are. And it's neat that the people in the game, the Steve Bicks, the paper, the Saratoga Special, all these videos that come out that highlighted what it means to be involved in racing and to have just the joy of a winner and to have it at the biggest stage in the country. Wow. It ain't bad.
Saratoga, right? What make this place so special?
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
The tradition is one. I mean, who was the old writer? I can't remember his name. That said, you go up Route 9 to take a left onto Union Avenue and go back 150 years. I mean, it's been here forever, and people keep coming back. The barns have got changing trainers in them. Alan Jerkin's barn is back there. It's known as that, even though there's not a sign up, there should be. Rick Violet's barn, Sonny Jim Fitzsimmons. This whole place is just filled with tradition.
Right. What's your favorite moment, man, throughout the years?
Well, when they had the infield open and Secretariat was running, what they would do is they were going to saddle the horses in the infield as opposed to where they're doing it in the paddock now. And they would have signs up there with the horses' names on them. And they were all in a pile before the race. And then they would put the signs up. Well, I walked by that pile at that point in time, and there was a sign on top that said Onion, and the second sign said Secretariat. Then you see It wasn't a great moment, but I saw Secretariat run here and didn't win. The other one for me is Seattle Slew. And Seattle Slew, I saw him coming in the mud, not a speck on him, but he was leaving a wake behind him with all the other horses. It was that's my horse there. That's the one I like. Good old liver chestnut horse.
Right. Who goes down as the best trainer in your lifetime? Who's that guy?
Oh, right now, Robbie Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know. You look at success. How do you argue with Todd? How do you argue with Chad? There's a guy here, Bobby Robato. Great trainer. Small team, one owner. That's the tradition in the old days. And you stand here at the rail in the mornings, and Bobby will just fill you with information and questions about horses, and just he knows the game so well, and he knows pieces, the health of the horse, the issues that you get. You stand here at this backside if you're lucky enough to get back here at the morning line and meet a guy like that and continue your education and learning about the game.
How important is the men and women that wake up every day and do this job? The real players inside the back.
That's what this is all about. Yeah. As many have said to you before, this is the engine behind the game. There's guys that could be on unemployment. They come here and just work with the horses. They love them, and these are the guys that get them ready. They're here at 4:30 in the morning. They're getting the horse ready. They just labor. Sometimes it's a tough morning, but they're always there. Showing up is it. And they get these horses ready, and there's nobody more important.